When I was 20 years old, I was a personal assistant for a celebrity. I can't believe I'm telling this story. Um, his girlfriend was a very famous TV actress, and he was like a not so famous music producer. He has like his moments. I think he's really talented, but they have a friend who I had a huge crush on, and she was way more famous than either of them. And she knew that I had a crush on her, and she would always call me Tai Tai. So one night, I was with their whole group. We went to a event, and we were in like a black SUV, and they were sitting behind me, and they were like all giggling and everything, like kids. And I was like, this is so weird because I was youngest. I was 20. They were all like early 30s, maybe. Uh, yeah, and so she's like, Tai Tai. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you want to come over for a sleepover tonight? And I was like, totally. And she's like, okay. And then everyone got quiet. I'm like, that's weird. So we pull up to her house. We're in the driveway. I'm smoking. Everyone's kind of saying their goodbyes and like talking about the night. And everyone leaves, and she stays out with me. And she's just standing there while I'm smoking. So I'm like, that's strange. Because like normally she would have been like, all right, bye, then went back inside. And so I was like, this is so weird. And then I get done smoking, and I was like, all right, well, thanks again for tonight. Like, it was a lot of fun. And she's like, yeah, it was cool. And I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, like, I'll see you later. And she was like, okay. And turns around and walks inside. I'm like, that was strange. So I go to the recording studio the next day, and my boss was like, yeah, how was last night? And then I was like, oh, it was cool. Thanks for having me and allowing me to go with you guys. And he's like, no, how was this girl's place? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, she literally told us that she was going to sleep with you last night. You didn't stay at her house? I said, I thought you guys were joking. He's like, no. I was like,